Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be showing you what client you should use between Lunar client and Badlion client, because if you're not aware of these clients, these are both Minecraft clients that can increase your FPS and have mods and make the gameplay of Minecraft even better. Some people just like to use Minecraft launcher because it's nicer. Like if you do speedrun, like, if you're like Dream, you kind of just use the normal Minecraft launcher and just play, that I'm aware of. And overall, both clients are very good, and I wouldn't consider one better than the other, for specific reasons, and I will tell you later in the video. But let's talk about first the benefits between Badlion and Lunar client. And I will be telling you why I constantly only use Lunar client, not Badlion client. Alright. So the benefits of Badlion client. Badlion client is a client that a lot of people use. For example, Bedless Noob is easily one of the most popular for using Badlion client. There's also people like Fizzy, and I think RKY uses it. And I think RKY uses Badlion client. But a lot of people just use Badlion client because it's just a client. You know, they like the client. A lot of people use it because it's got a lot of mods that people like. Some people just use it because they just generally like Badlion client more than the other for whatever reason. And people use it for specific reasons like mods, and it's better for bridging, and it is better for reducing / clutching, which is why you see many people in servers like mcplayhd.net, grieve.eu, and trouble.de, antic.net, etc, etc. Most people in those servers will be using Badlion client because Badlion client is way better for those reasons, for those topics. In general, Badlion client is way better for that. And I just suggest, if you're someone like Bedless Noob that reduces a lot, gets a lot of drag clicking mice, GBs, just stuff like that, then I suggest that you use Badlion client. Now Lunar client. Lunar client is a PvP based client. It is 120% made for PvP. It is really good for that, and it has got some mods that Badlion doesn't. In fact, they were recently released. And Lunar client is a definitely very popular client, and a lot of people say that Lunar client is better than Badlion client, although this isn't necessarily true. It is better for PvP and most of Hypixel though, because it has more to do. Because Hypixel has a lot to do with PvP. It has a lot to do with PvP, and high FPS really helps. It's, in general, Lunar client is mostly better for Hypixel. So that's why I suggest to you Lunar client if you play Hypixel. Although you might question, why does Bedless Noob and people like that then go ahead and use Badlion client? Because they play Hypixel too, don't they? And yes, you're correct, they do. Although the thing about it is, since they realize Badlion client is better for bridging, mods, reducing, and clutching, what Bedless Noob does is a lot of bridging and mods. He really likes bridging, which is why he uses Badlion client. In fact, a lot of people that just like on their daily basis drag click and make videos on like telly bridging, stuff like that, they all use Badlion client. Well, almost all. Because Badlion client is just way better for that. And this is a subtopic for Lunar client, so I'll get back to Lunar client. And Lunar client is easily a great client for PvP. That's why I use Lunar client, which I said I was going to tell you, and I did. Because I like PvP. Because I like PvP, and I just like everything about Lunar. And so that's why I use Lunar a lot, and if you are similar to me and like to PvP a lot, then I suggest Lunar client to you too. Now to compare the two. Now to compare the two is, I would suggest, if you are not a person that likes to bridge and they just like speed bridge, then you're probably not a person that drag clicks very well. Which means if you're a person that really doesn't drag click, then you probably should be using the, then you probably should be using Lunar Client. And if you are a person that likes to drag click a lot like Bedless Noob, then I suggest to you the Badlion client. Although I like to say that there's not necessarily a best client. I wouldn't consider any client better than the other, because certain clients are for certain things mostly. Like I explained to you between Lunar and Badlion. So I hope this will just end the debate between, oh, Lunar client's better, no, Badlion's better. There isn't necessarily a better one. It's just that some people use it for different topics, some people don't. Some people just like the client. And a lot of people choose clients due to what they've heard on people saying like, oh, Lunar client's better because it gives better FPS. Okay, I'm gonna use it. And yes, it does give better FPS. Lunar client does give better FPS. Although that doesn't necessarily make it better, because if you have like 1000 FPS versus 800 FPS, it won't really matter. It isn't gonna make a big difference. You won't really find the difference. Like if you put gameplay 800 versus 1000, you won't see much of a difference. Which is why I don't really care about the FPS part. So that's why if you're like choosing between FPS, I personally will disagree with you there. I 100% disagree with people choosing between Badlion and Lunar Client just for FPS. And I'd like to say it really depends on what you like more. But really, just don't necessarily listen to what you hear. If you think then do some research on it. If you do some research on it, maybe you'll find out that, oh, I like this client better than the other client because it has this, and the other client has this, just not as good. You know? Do your own research, which is why I use Lunar, because it's just better for me personally. And of course, there's a lot more people that use cosmetics on Badlion for whatever reason. And I just like to say that I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Or no, I did not mean to say that. Whoopsies. But I would just like to say that in general, don't you necessarily use what you hear for whatever reason, for any certain topic. You have to use facts to back it up, instead of just saying Badlion gives that better FPS, you know. And if you show comparison between the two and you're wrong, then that sucks. Which is why I suggest you doing your research first. For example, for gaming mice, you can't just say, like someone says, the Bloody 70 is the best mouse for butterfly clicking. You have to do your own research on it, or you can see, like, it feels tacky and it feels plasticky and cheap. You might not like those kind of feelings, and you might like different feelings. Sorry, I'm just sweating this guy. Oh my gosh, half a foot clutch. But yeah, just do your own research on it, preferably. But that's gonna end off today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did not, then I'm sorry. Leave some suggestions in the comments so you can help me out, because I want to make my channel as best as possible. I'm not using OBS, so if you're blaming my editing, I'm sorry. I don't have a great editing software to use. So my editing isn't necessarily the greatest. Although, if you did end up enjoying this video, Please like, subscribe, hit the bell for more notifications, and oh, that's right, I forgot to threaten you. If you didn't, then Perry the Platypus will team up with Doofenshmirtz to make a shrinkinator to shrink you, and you will never be able to play Minecraft again. Gosh darn it. Whatever. I'm sad. But I really hope this helped you out, and it will stop all the debates out there about which client is better than the other, because it isn't necessarily true, like I've told you. And I will link my mouse in the description, and I use a laptop, not any kind of PC. And if you want, I will put some of my friends' channels in the description for if you want to go subscribe to them. They're great YouTubers. They're small, but they work hard to make good videos, and they try their hardest. So they're small YouTubers, but really good. So I suggest you go check them out. And I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!